welcome to PeteTGIF Studios. Well, today I start by apologizing. I have to apologize to all my subscribers and all the ones who comment on my videos. In the last couple of months it had been a hard time for me, and I really couldn't get anything really worked out the way I wanted to. Also on that, it had been the thing about this all going with competition and participating over here and participating over there, but I lost the focus, and I'll go back to what I think I'm doing, what I think I can do the best, and this is just show you my woodworking while I'm fighting my depression. Okay, to start on this one, as a new thing, I made this beautiful twisted box out of oak, the way RobbieTheWoodTurner showed us. And the description had been a little, I don't know, confusing. I might confuse you more now, but a little theory on that. And for this I got a new feature on the PeteTGIF Studios, and this is, well, my head-up display here. Okay, to start with, how to get the how to lay out the marks. I do it this way. Well, you find center on the block, and then you get this round blank if you turn it on the center. From there on, I took 3 lines from the center on 120 degree, and when you connect the outer points, you end up with a triangle. This triangle gives me the idea of where my center marks could be, and I'll make this small circle in here touching the outer faces of the triangle, and where they intersect with these 3 lines, there are my turning axis. Okay, when you turn this on one of the axes, you end up with a shape like this. Do it on all 3 sides, you end up over here, and this is what you get if you would turn it just on these centers without shifting the numbers. Well, for shifting the numbers, I do number them this way. I go for the top, I go clockwise, 1, 2, and 3. For the bottom, I'll do it the other way around, 1, 2, and 3 counterclockwise. When you put them on the ends of your blank like so, you'll end up with a 3-sided box without a twist. And now the twist comes up. When you are turning the bottom, either the bottom or the top, it doesn't matter, but if you're turning it counterclockwise 120 degrees, you'll end up with a twist clockwise, and if you're turning it clockwise, you'll end up with a twist counterclockwise. I did my box over here, I'll get this out of the way. My box over here is clockwise turned, and I got a spare blank, and I'll do a counterclockwise in the future just to have a matching piece to this box. And now just follow me along down into my basement workshop and see how I made it. I hope you enjoy this build, and I leave a thumbs up, like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't so, and I'm looking forward to one of my next projects, and up to then, it's with greetings from good old Germany, your Peter Freitag. Thank God it's Friday. From the last raid I did at the local carpenters. I got this beautiful piece of oak here, and this is actually in dimensions 6 times 6 centimeters and with an overall length of 24 centimeters. And I think this is the perfect blank for my twisted boxes I want to make. So I'll go ahead and cut this right in the middle here, which is 12 centimeters. And as I prepare the layout of my drilling holes, I'll be back when I cut this. I'll just cut this at my miter saw. Back from the miter saw, I got these beautiful 2 blanks here, and I'm going to turn 2 of these twisted boxes, but I'll just show you one. And the difference between these 2 boxes will be the twist. On one of the boxes I want to have the twist to the right side, and on the other one I want to have it to the left side. And I'll give you a description of how I change the directions later on in the video. Okay, now for marking the positions. You could go ahead and find center on these blanks by using a rule or something like that, but I went ahead, and as there are 4 axes on where I want to turn this, I went ahead and printed out these 2 templates, which actually meet the diameter of the, well, actually meet the shape here of the blank. Now go ahead and cut this out here. This is self-adhesive paper I used in my laser printer, and the difference on these 2 are just that the numbering is different, and the numbering I made for getting the twist into the right or into the left, onto the left side of the box. Okay, so I cut this from the actual sheet, and this one here is marked T with top, and I go ahead and place this where the top of my blank will be in the end. Okay. Using a laser printer has got one advantage. You can smear off the actual thing. Now, one important thing here is I have to mark one of the positions here, and also do this on the other side, which will be the bottom, so I end up putting these things into the right position. So now I got all my axes marked with the right position, and I'll go ahead and drill some kind of pilot holes for my drive and my spur center. I go ahead and drill about 3 to 4 millimeters deep into the wood, not further. It's not necessary to go further deep. I just put this blank now into the center position to round it up, and I go ahead and turn the tenons on either end with the diameter of 47 millimeters. And while I'm doing this, I won't be talking at all, because I put on my safety gear, which is the minimum the glasses. And for, well, as I'm turning oak, I take the this breathing protection as well, because I don't want to breathe in the oak dust. And for my own comfort, I'm wearing these as well, because I hate loud noise. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. I just put on my safety gear and start. Okay, I just marked the lid and the body, and what I'm gonna do now is I turn this as if it would be a round box, and for the inner diameter of the actual box I'm making, with hollowing out and the lid on that one. So I go for the inner diameter, something smaller than the actual tenons I've got over here. So this will leave a shoulder, in the end a shoulder on every side of the box. And I think I'll leave 5 millimeters on each side. So I just reduce this to 37 millimeters now. And these 37 millimeters will be the actual outer diameter of the, well, inner diameter of the lid, and the outer diameter where I put the lid on for the tenon, where I put the lid on later. Because on this box I want to have the tenon on the base, and actually the lid should be flat on its bottom. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this, and I'll turn this down. I turn a tenon on here, which will be slightly thicker than my parting tool here, so I'm able to part the lid off using my very thin parting tool. Well, I might go ahead and part it off with a saw, but I'll see this later on. to make it easy for realigning the actual box for the grain, I go ahead and mark a random spot on the box. So I just mark this here. So I know in the end these two marks should line up for a perfect grain match. And I think I'll use the handsaw from here on, but just give it a couple of more millimeters. I'm pretty scared with this thingy here, and just go ahead and part the rest off using my bandsaw, and then I'll be back when I put this into my scroll chucks for making the actual box, because I start by hollowing out this piece, as I've got problems getting it back on the scroll chucks after I turned the outside. I got the lid now inside my chucks, and I go ahead and true up this face to get a perfect centered entry point for the drill. That's a real nice fit. Now I go ahead and I'll just sand on the inside, starting just with 120 grit, and then I'll come back when I mount this here for hollowing out, and I'll show you how I hollow out this part. Just a quick tip to get this into center. I got this from Brandon Stamp, and thank you for that, and it works perfect. So you take your tool rest and put it to an angle to the piece, and then take something hard like this, and just put it in between here, and so by slowly moving it to the top, you'll end up with a, well, almost perfect aligned, but this here is. Okay, that's enough for me now, and now I tighten the jaws and go ahead and hollow out the inside. Okay, I hope this camera angle is better, and now I'll just go ahead after I sort out my tools here start hollowing out the inside with my self-made round nose scraper. Now just go ahead and give this a final, well, quick sanding, and I'll be back when the actual fun starts. Okay. It's put in between centers now from my point 1 to the other point 1. The whole box, the lid and the body. And I aligned the tool rest that way that it is well, perfect aligned with the actual turning center. Yep, a little bit over there. And I hope I can get this turning now. The speed is up to 1700s because I like, when I turn air, I like to have a higher frequency for the tools to touch the wood. And I'll try to start with my roughing gouge. I can hardly see what I'm doing, so I have to stop in between. But I think I'll go for my skew chisel just for a test run now. Yeah, I think I'll go with a skew and just rearrange the tool rest, get it a little higher.
The first side is the hardest side to turn. Well, you actually have to get two nice and even parallel corners which are twisted on this piece.
Yeah, no, I think I'll go for that. That's pretty nice. Although I lose some of the sharp edges, well, I don't care at this point because, well, this machine isn't a perfect machine, and so ain't I. I'm not a perfect man as well, so I don't care as long as I got rid of most of my tool marks here. Okay, you'll be back when I switch over to the next. Okay, a final cut over down to this side. Well, one of the important things is you have to cut from the middle, from the center here, down to the ends, because okay, you've got the block like this in here, and you're actually cutting this way. So in order not to go against the fibers, you have to go from the inside to the outside. Okay, on the other hand here, it's the same, so you have to go from here to there, which will lead in a cut downwards the fibers. Okay, and it feels nice. Now I just go ahead and sand this down. I'm not rotating the piece while I sand it, because this leads to damaging, in the end, damaging this this edge here, where the twist actually gets seen. So I don't want to damage this edge, and just go ahead and sand. Safety gear, and off we go. This is it. I'll do a final pass now over to both sides, and then I call the third side finished. Yep, that's better. Okay, time to do some sanding. Well, as I said, I'm not sure. I made this neat finial here a while ago, and I think it might fit on here. So I'll go for it, just to see whether it's okay to use it or not. So I go ahead and turn away the this tenon here. Okay. So go ahead, glue this in, take it aside and let it sit and dry. And I'll do the finish afterwards, not on the lathe. It's no problem, just putting on some sanding sealer and some wax. Okay, this is done. Well, these are the first pictures of my three-sided box with a twist. And what is a box without a lid? And I actually made the box this way.